So I've taken the word dream and turned it into an acronym. And the D stands for discover your God-given gift. And R is for review the problems you solve and the results your clients receive. So when you have this dream discovered, this is your purpose, this is what you do in life, then you get to review them, want you to review them because we want you to really identify that problem you're solving for your clients and your customers. This way, is it something you can sell? Is it a problem you've solved that has a monetary value to it? And we're going to discover that, go over that. Because if you cannot sell this dream, then you're going to have that additional side job. That's like, we're going to be doing those, that additional funding in order to bring money in order to fund your dream. Because there's that too. Because not every dream sells right away. You need to fund your dream. My whole thing on that one is I lived in a farming community, and the farmers, my grandfather, he was a farmer. And basically he had to have the seeds and everything in order to sow them, put them in the ground, get all ready to, baby everything so it would grow and keep the weeds out, the whole bit. So he's doing all of this in time when he needed to do it. But in the meantime, the harvest is not there. Of course, and he had cows and chickens and pigs. He had additional things. And today, if you just had one company, then this would be the other things you would need to keep this one company going. So residual income, farmers were doing it all along, folks. Getting that residual income that they needed, residual food, selling different things so that they could keep it going. Because the harvest for the big project didn't come until the fall. And once the harvest came, you had to budget that money. It wasn't just a great big festival and you blew it all. Because now you have to have seed money for the next year. And then basically you need to budget it so that you can live throughout the rest of the year. Or even put your money in investments so that you are not solely relying on this one big payday. A lot of the farmers would go to the bank and then they would borrow money. Well, my grandfather did that, and he had his money actually in the bank. It wasn't borrowing money because he was a minister and he didn't believe that you were supposed to borrow money. And that's not the way I believe, but this was some of the things he believed. So he had his money stored in the bank. And when the Depression hit, they took his money away. It was gone. There was a run on the bank. And so basically what he did was he had to sell off some of his land in order to pay the debt that he had because of the seed. And so there was some kind of a bartering thing, and he couldn't make ends meet because he didn't have the money to buy what he needed. And he had to sell off some of his property in order to do it. I always thought that was sad. I talked to my grandfather, who was a great storyteller. Not only was a minister, but he could tell you all kind of wonderful stories, and he came from the heart. And that was a sad story to me that when he told me about that. But he said God always provides, and he went forward. He always looked forward. The man had 13 kids, so he had to look forward. Okay? Mm-hmm. Who would you turn to or seek out to solve one of your big problems? What qualifications would you expect that person or group to have? What results do you expect to receive?